Hello and welcome to Charter Local Edition Northwest. I'm Dana Cowley and today we're interviewing your newsmakers in our Kennewick studio. And my guest today is Dr. Rich Cummins. Thank you for being here with us.
Hi,
we
Dana.
Appreciate it.
Good to see you.
You've been leading CBC, Columbia Basin College, for so many years, and at least I can speak for myself and many students. We're so grateful that you're still with us after all these years. It's really wonderful.
Thank you.
Now, you're doing some new research, and there's new research out there about how people make decisions, and you're trying to apply that to your students.
Yes, we are. So, yeah, thank you for asking that. Just in the last several years, lots of research is coming out about choice theory, about how people make choices. And so there are several kinds of design principles that we're taking a look at in terms of how we set choices up for our students to move through our college to a degree. So, for example, one of the things that the literature is revealing about choice is that too many options makes people not choose, which then becomes the default choice, not choice.
Yeah, overwhelming.
Overwhelming.
Yes.
So here's one simple experiment that was done. Two tables at two separate stores, like a Costco, were set up with jams for people to choose from. One table at one of the stores had 24 different variety of jams. Another had 6 varieties of jams. Now, the table with 24 attracted 60% of the crowd that walked by. The table with 6 attracted only 40% of the table that walked by. However, when you look at actual purchase, people actually making a decision, out of the 60% who stopped at the 24, only 3% purchased a jar of jam, whereas the 40% who stopped at the table of 6 jams to choose from, 30% of those individuals actually bought a jar of jam. Again, what the literature is revealing is that when we set it up so that students are asked to make a choice from lots of options immediately, it's overwhelming.
It is.
Another quick idea is moving from high to low choice, from low to high choice. So if you, for example, went to Kelley Blue Book and you were or a car dealer and you were going to build a car, if you started with the idea of, well, first I want to select the engine, then I want to select the transmission, and then the seats, and in study after study, these individuals who proceed that way don't finish and actually make a car. But if you start with the notion of, I want to start with a Honda Civic, and then build in the options as you go down the line, the person will complete. So in higher ed, our traditional way of approaching the student is to give them a catalog and say, here's several hundred courses, choose a handful of them, and then tell us what you want to major in. That's the wrong way to go about it, according to choice theory. So what we're working on is
for years, but
what we're working on is a way to create meta majors, or large areas that students would enter: business, STEM, liberal arts, and then slowly funnel down to the higher choices about accounting, finance, marketing, inside business, or whatever.
Well, I do remember way back when I went to college, choosing out of those larger groups mass communications, and then people focused more on news, radio, public relations, and versus engineering or medical or law school. So I think that was done even in the Stone Ages when I went to college.
It's true, but so many places haven't done it in an orchestrated sort of way. So we're trying to figure out how to make it very, very intuitive, in line with the way that people actually choose, rather than the way we want to force them to choose.
Well, I have a sophomore and junior in high school, and so for the kids coming into college, what should they be doing to be preparing for that now with this new choice theory?
Actually, what students in high school should be doing to prepare is taking as much math, English, science, history, etc. as possible, so that they're really getting prepared for college. But then in terms of thinking about what they want to do once they get to college, they should talk to counselors and take instruments like the Strong Interest Survey, the Myers-Briggs Type Indicator. All those different kinds of things can help clarify their choices before they actually get to college, so that they can say, yes, I'm a business person, or I'm a science person, or I'm an arts person, so that they have some sense of where they'd like to enter higher education.
Well, and shifting gears a little bit, you have some nice new construction projects out there at the college. Tell us a little bit more about your new performing arts facility.
Oh, thank you. So Dick and Diane Hoke, a wonderful Kennewick family,
yes,
gave us a wonderful bequest to purchase an outdoor stage. So behind our Performing Arts building, we now have a permanent proscenium, and it's a wonderful thing, and it has a full sail that covers the arch, so that it's a covered stage in case there's rain or or inclement weather. But because there's a permanent wind, because there's a permanent stage out there now, we can do things like hang all the sound and all the different kinds of things you need to have full-scale productions. So this will take Summer Showcase, for example, to a whole new level. Ultimately, we hope to build permanent seating into the berm out there so that we'd have a true amphitheater. Also on our campus, we're already full bore into building a new social sciences and world languages building on Argent, on the east side of our main campus loop that comes into the college, Saraceno Way. So the middle entrance off of Argent is where the bus comes up and everything. On the east side of that, there'll be a 70,000 square foot building that'll be similar to the career and technical education building across the street.
Nice.
And then finally in Richland, we are working with Cadlick Hospital to construct Health Science Center 2, pretty much kitty corner from the existing Health Science Center building and directly across the street from the Richland campus, which Delta High School used for the last 5 years. Now that building is really wonderful because it's a partnership with Cadlick. Cadlick will lease the bottom 2 floors and put in residencies for doctors. So there'll be a variety of physicians that Cadlick will be able to recruit fresh out of med school to set up their initial practice in the Tri-Cities. Then up on the 3rd and 4th floors, Columbia Basin College will have some space, and we're preparing to do some really interesting things there. On the 3rd floor, we'll have space for a number of new health science programs, including a Bachelor of Science in Nursing. And then the 4th floor, that's still in the planning phase, but I'd love to come back sometime and tell you about what that's going to be, because it's going to be dynamite.
Well, the change there is just amazing. I drive past that almost every day, and I'm always looking and seeing. That's a big undergoing. That's a big effort that they're undergoing there. So.
Yeah.
Well, I look forward to hearing what comes next with the 4th floor, and thank you so much, Doctor, for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
I wish you the best with all that you're doing, and we wish you the best in your day, and thank you for watching. This is Charter Local Edition Northwest.